All right, for all your future lawyers out there, welcome to The Explainer. I know you're staring down the bar exam, but today we're going to tackle the beast before the beast, and that's building the one tool that's going to carry you through this entire journey, your study calendar. Ah, man, I get it. You look at that literal mountain of reviewers and codals and cases, right? And it just feels completely impossible, like you're standing at the bottom of Everest. But here's the thing. Everyone feels that way, and I promise you, it is 100% manageable.
So how do we manage it? Well, you've got to start thinking about your study calendar a little differently. It's not a prison. It's not a list of rules meant to make you miserable. Think of it as your armor. Seriously, it's the one thing that will protect you from chaos, keep you on track, and guide you through the fog of a very long and demanding review season.
Okay, so let's really dive into why this calendar is so important. It's more than just a nice-to-have organizer. This is how we take that overwhelming, chaotic mountain of material and turn it into a structured, climbable path to the top.
You know, this isn't really about organizing books, it's about managing your own mind. A schedule gives you structure, so you don't waste precious brain power every morning just deciding what to study. You just execute. And that clarity alone is a huge weapon against anxiety. But maybe most importantly, it builds discipline. Because let's be real, you're not going to feel motivated every single day. Nobody is. On those days, the calendar is what pushes you forward.
This right here, this is the core philosophy you have to embrace. Bar prep is not a sprint. If you try to cram, you're just going to burn out. The real victory, the secret sauce, comes from a realistic, sustainable pace that you can keep up day in and day out. That consistency, that becomes your superpower.
So, with that philosophy of consistency in mind, it's time to choose your high-level framework. We're going to look at two main paths for structuring your review. The key here is to be really honest with yourself and pick the one that truly fits your life right now.
So you basically have two options. The first is the 6-month calendar, which I call the marathon pace. It's steadier, it gives you more breathing room for deep dives and multiple readings. The other option is the 4-month calendar, which is much more of a compressed pace. It's going to be pretty intense from day one. Now listen, neither one of these is better than the other. The only right answer is the one that you can honestly sustain. So really think about it. Which one of these fits your life? All right, once you've got your big picture framework picked out, the focus has to shift. We need to zoom in. The question becomes, how do you win the day? And the answer is a technique called time blocking. This is where you assign a specific job to every single hour of your study time. So here's a sample routine, just to give you a blueprint. But notice the strategy here, right? It starts with some personal prep to get your mind right. Then, you attack the hardest subject in the morning when your focus is at its peak. The afternoon shifts to different kinds of work, like active practice or lighter reading, to fight off fatigue. And then the evening is just for some low-stakes review. The key takeaway isn't the exact times, but the principle. You gotta match the task to your energy level.
But how do you actually survive a 4-hour study block without losing your mind? Okay, here's a secret weapon for you, the Pomodoro technique. It's so simple. You just work in focused 25-minute sprints, and then you take a mandatory 5-minute break. Get up, stretch, do whatever. This simple rhythm helps prevent that mental fatigue and keeps you sharp for hours. It is an absolute game changer for maintaining concentration.
This brings us to what is maybe the most crucial step of all. You have to make this plan yours. You cannot just copy-paste someone else's plan and expect it to work for you. A truly effective schedule has to be built around your life, your energy, and your commitments.
Your strategy has to reflect your reality. So if you're working, your weekends are gold. That's when you schedule those long, deep dive study blocks. Weekdays then become about the lighter tasks you can sneak in, like reading codals on your commute or using flashcards. But if you're reviewing full-time, well, your study is your job. You have to treat it that way. That means protecting your peak morning energy for the hardest material and having the discipline of a real workday.
And finally, let's talk about the one thing you absolutely cannot compromise on, your well-being. Burnout isn't just a risk, it's a near certainty if you don't actively plan against it. That means you need to schedule your rest days with the exact same seriousness you schedule a major subject. I'm telling you, put rest day in your calendar. Remember, a rested mind is a sharp mind. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a fundamental part of your entire strategy. So let's bring it all together. You now have the tools to take that chaotic pile of books and transform it into a clear, personalized roadmap. This calendar is so much more than a schedule. It's your guide, it's your armor, and it's a promise to yourself that you're going to see this through.
If you take only one single thing away from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Don't chase perfection. Don't restart your calendar every week just because you miss one session. The best plan is the one you actually follow. Adapt it, improve it, but most importantly, just stick with it.
So you have your roadmap, but that brings up the next big question, doesn't it? What exactly do you fill those study blocks with? How do you prioritize between codals, reviewers, and your own notes? Well, that's the dilemma we're going to break down next time. I'll see you then.